Hey, though. It's the mafia. This shit for all the gangsters, nigga. Real story. Jugging out the double doors, cuz in the 6'4". Choppers hitting switches on these niggas back in 94. Basketball practice, and after that I'm back to selling dope. When the cops hit the ab, I done made a rack off of my pager though. When the WAP hit my box, I'ma hit them back, I'm on the payphone. My shoebox getting full, I need to go buy me a safe for real. It's treacherous outside, not supposed to have it, but I paid for it. A brand new out the box, Thule on me while I'm trapping. And I hope I ain't gotta go use it, but I know how shit tend to happen. What's good? It's time for that Culture for the Streets podcast, hosted by your boy Mafia and Paint, man. We back like we never left, man. You know what's going on. It's Culture for the Streets. Don't leave up about the trap till you've been served. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ding the notification bell, man. Stay tapped into the movement, man. We about to take off this year. We gonna get right to it, man. About the update on the 3 aspiring Detroit rappers who were headed to the club to perform and went missing for 2 weeks. These dudes was missing for 2 weeks before their bodies was discovered. And they found their bodies in a Detroit apartment. I don't know if the Detroit apartment was abandoned or what's going on, but it's still kind of a mystery as to, first of all, the show that they was supposed to be allegedly performing at was canceled. So we don't know what transpired after the show. We don't know if they had smoke with people prior to the show in the street, and we all know how this go, because I don't really feel like 3 random people lost their life accidentally or something like that. I feel like they had some issues with some people, and they must have seen these people, and the outcome that we seen is what transpired in the process. Now, before I go any further, I do want to say prayers to the families of all 3 individuals, all 3 victims, and condolences to the families, because losing a loved one is never an easy thing. It don't matter how you lose them, whether it's the natural causes, somebody taking their life, accidental deaths, etc. When we lose somebody, it affects us, and that's just how stuff go. So with this, we got to learn how to be careful, stay cautious, stay dangerous, and be safe at the same time, because what just happened to these 3 dudes is terrible. It's unexplainable, and like I said, for this to happen to these 3 people, I can't just see somebody, a random individual, just randomly killing these dudes and leaving them in this apartment. So it's not to say what happened. We don't know if it was smoke in the street. We don't know if they owed people money. We don't know if they just got into a confrontation with some people and got smoked. We don't know what's going on, but for this to happen is sad, because things like this happen all the time where, you know, people come up missing and they found dead. And as far as with Detroit and how Detroit is and what's going on in Detroit, we're not seeing too much of this going on, where a lot of their prominent rappers is dying. Now, I'm not going to say they was top tier artists, because I don't know these dudes, but they were artists. So, you know, what they going through and what they had to experience in the process of losing their life is very, very sad. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me just read this off. And it just says, police believe 3 men found in a Highland Park apartment are Michigan rappers who have been missing for nearly 2 weeks, according to law enforcement sources. Armani Kelly, Montoya Givens, and Dante Wicker were supposed to perform January 21st at Lounge 31 on Great Triad Avenue on Detroit's east side. The show was abruptly canceled because of an equipment problem, police said. So clearly, the issue for the show being canceled wasn't because any kind of confrontation, no chaos. No shootings, no fightings. Let's establish that. It was equipment, technical difficulties was the reason that the show was canceled. And we don't know where these three victims end up in this position. You see what I'm saying? But it's a good thing that they was found, because now their families can be more at ease knowing that they relatives ain't just missing. They know what done happened to them. Even though it's sad to learn what done happened to them, you know, it's some closure behind them going missing. And it's sad because these was aspiring rappers. And if you look at their pictures, and you can't always tell by a face, but if you look at their pictures, they don't look like the kind of dudes that was really outside like that. But I could be wrong, because once again, I might not look like the type of nigga that was outside to y'all. But I definitely was outside, and I definitely put that work in. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, because I don't know. You know what I mean? I know most rappers are influenced by the street culture. I know most rappers come from the street culture. So who's to say these three victims, these three aspiring rappers, wasn't street dudes too? And it just wasn't a street situation that ended their life. You know what I mean? But once again, condolences to the family, prayers for that family, prayers for Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Because Detroit at the top of the game right now, and we don't want to see Detroit get into a abundance of violence that's going to interrupt them trending in hip hop like they are, because Detroit had to work very hard to get where they are in the game far as levels. Detroit was always a place that always had music, even from back in the day with uh Ice Bladewood and all these people like that, and you know, your Dayton families and your Breeds from Flint. Even though MC Breed rep Flint and Detroit, you see what I'm saying? They always been a staple in the game, but today they are an influence in the game. So I don't want to see them losing their influence in the game like Atlanta is doing right now, due to all the violence and the Ricos and the gangs and the politics that come with the streets outside. So you know what I'm saying? Prayers to Detroit, man. We want to see y'all keep making good music. We want to see y'all artists continue to blow up, get money, be successful, and continue to bring other people in Detroit up, because it's a lot of talent in Detroit. Until then, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ding that notification bell so you always get notified when we drop again, man. It's time for that Culture for the Streets, hosted by Mafia and Paint. Don't leave up about the trap till you've been served, and we serving every day.